talk about BTC, we're going to talk about the S&P 500, we're going to talk about Dow Jones, we're also going to talk about ALT. All right, BTC, as you can see, it is just about like a 92, 96 on Bitstamp, and if you check it on basically Coinbase or Binance, it might be a little bit different, but the average price just about like a 9300. All right, so let me check the chat room, see if you guys can hear before I dive into the analysis. It's been almost a week since I uploaded a video, so market been very slow, and we had a nice long weekend, so I just wanted to take a break also, not to worry about too much of the low volatility over the last few days. So let me check the chat room. So let me so as you can see, everything is actually bullish. Even if you take a look at the stock market, things looking very juicy. Tesla almost like over 1300, actually over 1300, right? So Apple doing good, Bits is doing well, so let's see. Microsoft is doing well, so everything is up actually. So 9400 still in the card, so let's see. Hey, what's up, Abdulaziz? Thanks a lot for tuning in. So it seems like the sound is doing well. All right, so now let's take a look at BTC on the weekly basis. The bulls basically, I was anticipating a sort of a pullback this week, but I'm not bullish. Okay, so as you can see, like that's the first time we're getting like a four straight selling pressure over the last let's see, over the last almost like since like October, right? So beside like this big dump we got, like that was like 3 weeks in a row, so it is actually kind of a a normal sentiment to basically get another pullback roughly around like 93 to 94. We talked about it last week, but BTC been moving slowly towards the 21 EMA on a weekly basis, and all of a sudden we're getting this big pump. So I'm kind of been expecting this move, but I'm not bullish. Okay, I'm okay for BTC to pump all the way up to 9500, but it doesn't mean like it is bullish. The overall structure is still calling for a a further downtrend within the next few days, few weeks, at least for the short term. But let's see how the bulls gonna be able to manage to push above like a 94 to 9500 range. Okay, I'm still gonna be looking for a sort of a resistance in this level. All right, just about 50% of this week. And if you want to use your Fibonacci, you can see like a swing high to swing low, 50% pullback going to be just about you could say like a 9600. Okay, 50% pullback. Let's see, draw it properly. 50% pullback going to be almost 96. Okay, 0.618 going to be 98. Oh, that's going to be very big move. But let's see how the bull is going to be able to do it. All right, so now let's take a look at the 3-day chart. The 3-day chart, as you can see, we talked about it previously. Losing the 3-day chart was not good at all for the bulls, but they're managing to push back above it. So the good thing about the bears is like this beautiful engulfing candle could be could square like the bulls try to push above it. Okay, the high of this engulfing candle is just about like a 97, which is basically what we just talked about, 50% to 0.618, at least for the short term. 50% of this candle going to be just about like 9500 range. Okay, this engulfing candle, I like to use the engulfing candle, 50% of it, or the wicks, to look for either a reversal or a short entry, at least for the short term. But the overall structure, like I said, it is still bearish. We could get like sideways correction within this range, just like this. You just don't know how long it is gonna take. So I try to avoid like too much in and out. Just take one position and wait for my target, unless like a price basically stop me out, and I'm gonna look for another entry. So hey, what's up, Dan? What's up, financial sector? So that's what I'm looking for, at least for the short term on the 3-day chart. The 2-day chart, bulls also basically doing something incredible. So let's keep it out. Let's just, I don't want to be too bearish, but I'm bearish overall. All right, I'm on the overall structure, I'm still looking for further downside. But the bulls, let's just keep an eye on the bulls, because they're trying to basically close above the 2-day 21 EMA. As you can see, this candle going to close in 4 hours, all right, and at the same time they're also closing above the 3-day 21 EMA. So, and I'm always bearish below the 21 below the 21 EMA on the 2-day and 3-day chart. But as we pushing above it right now, I'm just going to be cautious, okay? Even though I'm overall bearish, I'm just going to be very, very cautious within the next few days, all right? So, hey, what's up, Craig? Thanks a lot for tuning in. So let's take a look at the daily chart right now. Daily, once again, above the 21 EMA. So let's see, okay? The 21 EMA, if like the bears lose the 21 EMA, it could be very critical. It doesn't mean we're not going to drop, right? It's not guaranteed like we're not going to drop, but like I said, right, we could get some sideways correction, make some beautiful high lows and push back up to resistance, something like that. So let's just keep that in mind. The drop might not be quick, okay? We might still get some noise within this range, at least for the short term. In terms of wave analysis, we already talked about the structure we're looking for. Multiple times we talk about it. We already got a 3-way move pullback in a sort of like a WXY correction, just like that. And I'm looking for another move to the downside. If you want to take a look at it in a better, on a macro scale, we already talked about like the macro WXY correction we're looking for. That's bit stamp, right? So the macro WXY correction we're looking for, it is still in play, but with too much noise on the lower degree, okay? That's what we're looking for on the macro scale. And we're also looking for this move, WXYXZ correction. If you want to just make it very simple, you can just look for a WXY correction, just like this W, X, and Y correction for this Y move to the downside, all right? So it seems to be very complicated, but if you understand WXY correction, you know what I mean, all right? So you just have to go back and take a look at what I'm saying. But we talked about this structure like over the last 2 months, and it seems like we could get it to play out within the next within the next few weeks, at least for the short term. Do not pay attention to the to the Y. It is just a directional move. It could be a double bottom. It could be anywhere around like below at over 3K. That's what I'm looking for, at least for the short term. All right. So hey, what's up, Ifini? So macro scale, we talk about macro scale, we talk about the lower degree. Now let's dive into the 15 minutes chart, see what if like we can find some sideways correction or bullish reversal pattern within the next few hours. 15 minutes, we got a nice pullback, very low volume, so that's actually bullish. 3-way move pullback, support, got a support from the 21 EMA on the 15 minutes. So let's see if like we can get this double top. So as you can see, the volume is very low. So if you day trading or you basically swing trading, whatever you're doing, you don't have any sign of selling pressure right now. So market is still bullish, even though this candle is engulfing, right? The volume is too low for a for reversal. Okay, volume is too low. As you can see, this big volume we got right there, it is even bigger than the selling pressure we got at the top. So it means that we can definitely retest this level of 93.50 within the next few minutes. All right, so if you're scalping, you might be looking for this range of 93.50 to 9400 range, at least for the short term. So 6-hour time frame, we haven't talked about the 6-hour time frame over the last few days, but you can see like we got low volatility range, higher. All of a sudden we got a very high increase in volatility. All right, price was just doing this, so I did not want to basically do anything but just stay in my position. If I'm scalping, yes, I can do a lot of it in and out, but if I'm just swing trading, I just don't want to basically do anything while market is just moving sideways. Very low volatility. We talked about it last month when BC was right there. Okay, we were actually very bearish, and I think that was like 9700 range. Yep, just about this level. So we said BC is going to be making a very big move very soon, and that's what it did exactly. So similarly, we got, similar structure, a big push to the upside. So let's see, at what price level we can get a rejection. Break this level of resistance, it can still push higher. Like I said, okay, keep an eye on basically 95, 96, 9700 range. Okay, if you're bearish. If you're bullish, you just stay in your position. You don't have to do anything until you see a bearish setup, and then you can get out. All right, so both play basically could be very juicy. You could be waiting for this level of 95 to basically enter a short. If you're already in a long position, you just wait till you basically hit like a 90 0.618 level, and then you switch to a short position and make profit both ways. All right, so you don't have to basically be a bear or be a bull. You really don't care, right? You wouldn't care much. So let's take a look at the 12-hour now. 12-hour time frame, beautiful structure. In terms of bullishness, it seems like the bulls, the indicators, the lower degree indicators, they're basically favoring the bulls as of now. But in terms of wave, a corrective wave, it is a three-way move. That's what I told my premium group yesterday, for a possible three-way move pullback before we get in this move. So that's why I'm saying, like, I'm kind of ready. I was ready for this pump, so I'm not worried too much about the bulls, whatever they're doing. Okay, so but it is just a three-way move, just like this move we got right there. So drop, we making another three-way move. We could be anticipating this drop, and I'm looking for a possible retracement all the way down to like a low 8K. All right, a possible retracement down to a low 8K. So now let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum could give us a big clue, right? Why we could be pumping or dumping within the next few hours. You gotta watch Ethereum. One mistake I made on the dump previously was like when I saw Ethereum capitulated, on the hourly, I think like 6-hour time frame, I just ignored it. So let's see Ethereum. Okay, so I think that was a dump right there on the 6-hour time frame. Was this one. Okay, I saw Ethereum dump right there, but I ignored it. I was like, oh, it is gonna pump back up 50% of this candle. So while I was waiting, BTC did not do anything. Actually, Ethereum dump, BTC did not react, and I was like, okay, Ethereum gonna give us a 50% pullback, and then I'm gonna short it. But Ethereum just kept dropping. Okay, so I would love to see Ethereum give us another bearish setup. As of now, it is bullish, no sign of reversal, very big volume. That's Poloniex, but it could be the same thing in terms of the structure. Yep. So as you can see, like big volume right there. So I would love to see Ethereum give us another, basically a bearish setup on a 6-hour time frame. But as of now, we at resistance. I'm expecting like a 240 to 243 to be a resistance, as you can see right there. Let's take a look at it. Ethereum. Yep, I'm expecting like 240 to 243. I think it's on. Let's do this. The watch list. I can find a setup of Ethereum. Yeah, but I was looking for 240 to 243 to be resistance, and if you pay clear attention to the current structure, you can see like we just broke like 0.618, which is 236. So 0.786 going to be just about like a 240 to 243. So I think we hit just about like 241. So we could be facing a rejection at any given time, but as of now, I would just be cautious on, especially on the 6-hour time frame. No sign of reversal. Just if you're bullish, you just stay tuned, right? Don't do anything and wait for a sign of reversal, because you can get a sign of, you might not get a sign of reversal until like basically 245 probably, right? Which is another like a 7 points pump, right? So you might just want to wait until you see like a big selling pressure on a 6-hour time frame or 4-hour time frame, and then you can just decide to get out. Lower degree on the hourly 4-hour time frame, I don't think that's a good sign of sell-off, even though we got a good shooting star, but I wouldn't buy it. All right, we can dip down, but I wouldn't buy this shooting star. Volume is too low right there. Volume is too low. So as you can see, like the volume is extremely low compared to like the pump. So I would just be cautious if you bearish on Ethereum and wait a little bit. You can get a better discount in terms of basically shorting a higher. That's what I mean, discount, right? Because you could be shorting higher. So hey, what's up, Robert? Yes, we're going to talk about the 21-day chart, but Ethereum, let's take a look at Ethereum on a weekly basis once again. So let's go on Poloniex before we go back on. So as you can see, Ethereum weekly basis on Poloniex, we got this big selling pressure right there. Low, small volume, not a big volume. Price is pumping. We just started this week with a big candle, so the bulls they moving too fast, too soon, too fast. So let's see if they're gonna be able to keep up the momentum for the rest of the week. This is a big rejection, so in order to basically close above like a 250, it is going to be very, very crucial for the for the bulls, at least for the short term. All right, so Ethereum 2-day chart. So I just like to focus on the 25 MA on the 2-day chart. We basically getting a support once again. All right, on the 3-day chart, I would love to see Ethereum break this level. It is going to give me a better confirmation of a basically a selling pressure, but as of now we still getting a support from the 3-day 25 MA. I said it multiple times. Let's keep an eye on it, but I'm bearish because we closed like multiple times below the 2-day 25 MA. So we pumping above it now. So let's see if like the bulls gonna give up and let the bears basically get another close below the 25 MA within the next few days. But as of now, like I said, just be cautious. You can still get a better discount by waiting. If you bearish, waiting for BTC, basically Ethereum to go above like a 243, 240, 245. All right, so other than that, it is looking okay. It is looking okay. So now let's go back to BTC and we're going to talk about the 21-day chart. It is going to close tomorrow, I think, right on the 7th. So as you can see, like we retested last 21-day low right there, just about like a 90, just about 8800, right? So but we did not basically stay there too long. So let's see. Okay, if like within the next few days, I don't think we're going to be able to do it because we only got like, I think 24. This candle open was the 17th, right? So we got 14 plus 7, right? So on the 7th, this candle going to close in 24 hours, something like that, right? So let's see if the bear is going to be able to drop the price just about like 88. If like we get a close below 88 within the next 24 hours, it is going to give us a very, very bearish setup. But I do not think, okay, we're going to be closing in 24 hours below below 8800, unless like we get a big sell-off and basically close below it. It could be a slow bleed, but I don't think we're going to close below 8800 within the next 24 hours. That's my personal opinion. I don't do time analysis, but let's see, okay, if the bear is going to be strong enough to do that. All right, but like I said, I don't think they will, at least for the short term. All right, so let's take a look at the weekly bears as we talk about it. The volume is kind of low, even though it is red, it is very low. Okay, we're gonna need like a bigger selling pressure over the next 3 weeks to basically anticipate a bigger capitulation or a bigger selling pressure, a bigger drop. But with this low volume, especially on Bitstamp, it is not going to cut it. Very low, okay, very low compared to the previous buying pressure we got right there. So the bulls, they're holding very strong. They just don't want to give up 9K. So let's see if they're going to be able to give up 9K within the next few weeks. Boeing. We're gonna talk about the market. So now let's take a look at the S&P 500. If you guys want to talk about alt, we're gonna talk about alt next. So make sure to just let me know which alt you want to talk about. After we talk about the S&P and talk about those big boys. All right. So now let's take a look at 102. So let's do this. So the S&P, I think like last time we talked about it, we were looking for this this move to go back up to roughly around like 3170. Okay, we pumping like above 3170 as of now. So let's see if we're gonna get I think like that was last week, last Tuesday or last Monday when we talked about it, we saying like we were gonna push back up to almost like a 3170. Now we're at 3181, so that's actually bullish, right? So let's see if we're gonna be able to break this level of resistance. As of now, I'm just looking for this corrective move, right? We almost at resistance 3170, so let's see if we're gonna be able to break above it within the next few days. All your the indicators looking great, no sign of reversal. As of now, it is just a flat correction. It can be it can push higher up to like a roughly 32.25, 32.30. It all depends, okay? But as of now, it is bullish, no sign of reversal yet. Especially after we broke resistance, I would just be cautious, not try to short the market right now until you see like some sign of reversal. Sign of reversal is pretty much very not easy, but it is pretty much I wouldn't say subjective, but on a daily basis, this candle is pretty engulfing. Okay, it is pretty engulfing. I wouldn't mess with shorting the market right now. MACD, crossing over, you should get a clean crossover within the next few days. So just wait at least till we break like a 32.20 or so on. If not, we can push all the way up to like a 32.35 range. All right, at least for the short term. So we're gonna talk about Litecoin next. Okay, so now let's take a look at the Dow Jones. Okay, so as you can see, also the Dow, we talked about it last time. We said we're looking for like a 2700, low 2700, when it was like right there. Okay, I think that was like 2500 range, 25.5. We said like we could get this flat correction, right? And we could be looking for a possible reversal if like we do not break it, if and only if, because even though it is a flat correction, we can break it. Okay, we can make a bull flag right there and break it and retest the top before any further down. Okay, at least for the short term. The main thing was like to go back up to like a 2700. We probably gonna retest 2700. Okay, with a very good chance, okay, and close this gap. The gap is just about like a 26.9, something like that. Let's just say 2700. So we got a very, very good chance to close this gap. So market is still bullish. We could be bullish for the rest of the week, so just be cautious trying to short the market right now. All right, so let's take a look at the Nasdaq now. This boy is flying, no sign of reversal. I was saying like we could get a rejection right there, right, just about like a 10.2 range, 10,200 range, but we basically made a bull flag, just like I said about the Dow Jones, right? Just be cautious. Even if like we hit a 2700, wait for a sign of reversal. So as you can see right there, made a nice bull flag and basically still pumping. So small correction right there. Now it is pumping, so would just be cautious, not try to short it right now. It is still looking bullish. It is nothing you can say, it is bullish. One thing you could try to anticipate is try to draw a line right there and saying, oops, we can come back down, retest the line right there, just about like a 10,000. That's also another valid way of looking at it, but I wouldn't anticipate it too soon. And you're most likely going to get crushed. Okay, this sucker can go all the way up to 11,000. Okay, at least for the short term, but no sign of reversal yet. So let's take a look at it on lower degree. So we're still getting a divergence. That's why sometimes these divergences, when market is too bullish, you just don't know how long they're gonna last. Okay, so we're still getting a your indicate on the hourly basis also. Okay, MACD making a lower highs, prices keep making a higher highs, so you just don't know how long it is gonna last. Okay, so just be cautious. Market is still bullish. So let me take a look at the chat room once again. LTC link is pumping. Okay, let's see. So as long as BC basically stay just about like 9k to 9300, most alt they're going to be pumping. All right, that's why I did not exit my alt position, because even though I'm bearish on BTC, but I just don't know how long it is going to take for BTC to drop below 9k and stay below 9k. But as long as BTC basically fluctuating 9k to 9400 range, alt they're still going to be looking very juicy within the next few days. All right, so let's go back and take a look at Litecoin next. Litecoin BTC. So Litecoin 3-day chart. So basically Litecoin, we talked about Litecoin when Litecoin was right there just by like 0.005, right? And we said like Litecoin going to be dropping below this level. Okay, so now we broke this range. It seems like we're just coming back up. We're just going back up to retest it. So let's see if like we're going to be able to pump. But as of now, it seems to be very corrective, right? It is just corrective. Can it pump all the way up to like a 0.005 again, right? Let's say 0.00485, and basically make give us a bull flag. That's going to be a great sign for a possible reversal. But be cautious, because these are these flat correction are continuation patterns. So I wouldn't be too bullish. Even if like we break this level, it could be just going back up to like a 0.0051 before continuing the downtrend. But as of now, sideways correction, double bottom. Let's see if like we're going to retest at least 0.005, 0.004855 range, and try to build a better momentum within the next few days. But as of now, just be cautious with Litecoin. I wouldn't be too bullish, even though we got a nice double bottom. All right, so now let's take a look at Link. Link is breaking out 5% versus BTC. It is not breaking out. It is still in the same range. So it is a wedge, regardless how you want to look at it. Let's take a look at the 200 EMA. So Link still like within the same range. It is not doing anything. If you take a look at Link, like versus BTC, it is still looking great, but versus a dollar, it is still moving sideways. So let's see, it is still a wedge. If we break this level, I'm looking for 17,000 level, not 1700, 17,000 level for a possible for a possible support level. I know it sounds crazy, but I said it when Link was right there the first week of March, and I was like, we're gonna drop down to this low 30,000. And we did that exactly. We dropped all the way down to like a 33,000. So now we're still in the wedge. If we do not break out, we most likely going to come back and retest the bottom of the wedge, okay, which is like a 15 to 17,000 level. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. Let's take a look at Link USD. Link USD, I'm looking at the same structure. I'm still looking for this corrective wave down to like a that's going to be very aggressive. Let's see, just about like a 382 going to be like a $1.20 range for a possible support. It doesn't mean, guys, it doesn't mean like we cannot break this level, right? If you're bullish on Link at at resistance, just stay with your Link. I'm not saying to sell or buy, but all I'm saying is I'm looking for a possible reversal. I will be very bullish on Link if like we can come back down to support level, just about like a $1.20. All right, so we've been that before. We've been just about like $5 range, and I was like wait for Link to drop back down to $2, right? And you can see like we dropped all the way down to like a $1.30. So and I was saying it like the first week of I think like that was mid-February when I was like, we're gonna be dropping down, and you guys did not believe it, right? But it is bullish, it is breaking out. So let's see. But Link BTC is not breaking out. So Link BTC is not breaking out. So now let's take a look at King XRP. If you guys don't have any alt you guys want to talk about, I'm just gonna basically review a few alt later on. So King XRP. So XRP basically back above 2000. Not a bad sign, right? But it is still moving down. Okay, it is still a downtrend. I wouldn't be too bullish on XRP right now. 3-day basically got a nice crossover. So let's see. Nice 3-day crossover on MACD. On your MACD now, 21 EMA just about like a 2100, right? So it could be a nice pump up to this level, up to like a 2100 range, which is another 5% pump. If BTC is going to pump, is XRP most likely going to find it very hard to pump at the same time. So if BTC stays sideways, right, XRP could pump even further, okay, further up to like a 22 to 2300 range. But if BTC is moving up, XRP most likely could be just pumping like to 2100 and coming back down for a double bottom. So if you think like you missed the bottom, you still can you still can wait for XRP to retest the 1900 if you're day trading. If you're a long-term hodler, it really doesn't matter. You just buy the dip and all the way down to 1000 sats. So why 1000 sats? Because we got basically a descending triangle right there. We broke the descending triangle. It could take forever to retest 1000. Just because I'm saying XRP gonna retest 1000 doesn't mean we're gonna retest it even in 2020. We could retest it like basically 2021, because you just don't know what type of how long it is going to take. XRP could pump down, pump back up, drop, pump, do all this nonsense and drop down. It could be like next year. So but it all depends. Okay, it all depends on your goals and stuff like that. But at least for the short term, we at 2000. Our last year target was like 2000. You guys remember when XRP was like almost right around this level. When we broke like a 4000 level, I was like, if we break 4000 level, right, we're going straight down to like a 2000. Okay, and you can see like that was like June 2019, right? We still dropping. Okay, it took us like almost 1 year to drop down to drop 50% versus BTC. 1 year. Okay, we broke 4000 June 2019, right? And we just retested like 2000 June 2020. So that's what I'm saying. You just have to be very, very cautious and don't want to basically try to trade these 2% 3% pump and being bullish and bearish on XRP. Whenever XRP pump 2%, you be like, we're going to the moon. And whenever XRP drop 0.5%, you be like, it is going to 0. So and all that good stuff. All right, so just be cautious. I'm definitely waiting for 1000 and below. But once again, I'm not going to be saying 500. Once XRP hit 1000, I'm just going to keep buying and not worry about like XRP retesting 500. Okay, so at least for the short term. All right. So now let me take a look at my basically list of alt. I think I updated I show you guys in our basically Telegram group some of the alt I've been watching. They're pretty green. They're pretty green today. Let's take a look at it in terms of alphabetical order, right? So AGI is still looking okay. Still around like a 2000. Last time I gave you guys an update, I was like, even if we drop down to like a 180 range, it is still going to be a good buy. We dropped down to 180. As you can see, we're pumping back up to like a 200. That's that's a good 10% move. All right, so AGI is still a good hold, at least for the short term. If we do not pump like this alt season, it can still drop down and get the next alt season, which could be somewhere around like a September, October. So it is kind of risky. Make sure to basically do your own research. But at least for the short term, I've been talking about AGI nulls. if you've been following us, you know I've been saying like nulls looks very good, and we could possibly pump to like a, you know, even 8 to 10,000. 8 to 10,000 is my level, but short-term target for nulls for me was like up to 68. All right, we already hit like almost 7,000. So AGI, it is a very, very good hold within the next few weeks. All right, not saying it will pump. Once again, we can still, okay, drop all the way down to like 100 sats and wait for the next alt season, which could be like a September, October. So it is all up to you. All right, so APPC looking still pretty good, still not breaking the 211 EMA on the you know, on the 3-day chart, so still look good. All right, still a hold. So ARN, I talked about ARN before even it pumps, right? Nice entry, just about like 1500. Now it is trying to break the 3-day 100 EMA. It is going to be moving very fast after that. So you know, if you did not get in just about like when it dipped right there, you're most likely you know, going to miss the pump on ARN. But it closed above the 100 EMA 3-day. You know, sky could be the limit. Okay, so but keep an eye on ARN. If you're holding it, it is still a good, very, very good hold. All right, so BCPT, okay, BCPT still a good hold. So it is still a good hold. Okay, nice bull flag, very aggressive. It can break, you know, it can break down at any given time. It is kind of aggressive, but I'm looking for a possible wick to the upside at any given time right now. Okay, up to like almost like 450, current price 250. So beam kind of disappointed for me. I'm holding beam, but it broke down. Now it is just about like a 0.618 pullback. I'm still looking for 750, you know, 640 to 730 level. Okay, it could take forever. Selling pressure is kind of big, so I might be waiting till September for this move. All right, but beam is still it is still a hold for me. BitShare, I talked about BitShare many times, right? BitShare looking great, nice V shape, double bottom, nice 3-way move pullback. So let's see if this 3-way move pullback not going to give us another one. It is still going to be a good hold. Okay, it is still a good hold for the next few weeks, at least for the short term for me. All right, so CMT, I talked about CMT also, kind of got rejected. Nice entry, just about like 111. It pumped like 154, which was the first target, coming back down to the 211 EMA. So nice support. Let's see if the bull is going to be able to hold very strong above, you know, above 120. So we do not want to lose 120, even though basically selling pressure is decreasing. We just have to be cautious. Buying pressure is also decreasing, so it could be a bear flag right there. Okay, it could be a bear flag. All right, let's see if like we're gonna be holding just above 120 for CMT. Civic is holding just about like a 300 range also. Quite low volume also. Price is decreasing, volume is decreasing. So let's see if, you know, we either gonna make this bear flag or come back down for the retest of this you know, 200 to 220 range, at least for the short term. All right, so we're going to talk about ADA also. So next one, it is going to be DOC. If you guys follow you know, if you guys watch this list, I talked about DOC, how DOCK is pretty much similar to basically BitShare, similar structure. You know, I was keep saying like accumulate DOCK just about this level. It is making a bull flag just like BitShare. So we're gonna need to close above this level. We hit the first target 95 to 110. The high was like 102. So if you bought in at 30, not 30 but 70 sats, right? And you got out at 100 sats, that's a pretty good profit. And you could be looking for another another pullback down to like 81 to 75 range, and then you can basically try to re-enter. All right, so let's talk about Genesis Vision. Genesis Vision come back down. I was looking for a retest of basically 1160. It did that exactly when it was like 1500. I was like, let me wait for this retest of this low. So it is coming back. It came back down to 1160 level. Now just give us a nice pump to 1500. I missed that. I wasn't paying attention. So but let's see if like we're gonna be moving. We're gonna be you know, getting another accumulation move. Target is definitely just about like a 1855, which is you know, 100 EMA on the 3-day chart. So Loom Network is moving kind of slow, not giving us beautiful wedge, okay, broke this level. It is gonna pump, okay. This structure, you just have to memorize this structure. Push it upside, drop, give you this V shape. It is just gonna pump. But once it pumps, I don't like this type of structure, because once we get a pump, it usually like come back down very, very strongly. That's what we did on BTC like a couple days ago also. All right, and I'm gonna show you this structure on BTC also. That's exactly how it looks. All right, so you get a pump, right? You drop down, you get another pump, and then you drop down, make a basically higher lows right there. Sometimes you can double bottom also, okay, but you're gonna get this very rapid move, but you know, you're gonna get this move back down. So it is something like you know, we got that on gold also. All right, I'll show you that pattern on gold. So I'm still looking for this pump, okay. It can pump even higher, all the way up to like a 380. All right, so keep an eye on the loom. If you're holding it, you could get a nice pump, okay. So POA, I'm still holding it also. We got this drop, I didn't do anything. It is basically giving us a bear flag. Not looking great. So let's see if the bull is going to be able to break this level of 150 level, okay, this trend line, at least for the short term. But as of now, it is a bear flag. Even though I'm holding it, it is not looking so great. So but let's see, okay, let's see if like we're going to pump all the way up to 230 level within the next few weeks. So next one is going to be SIS. SIS coin, basically holding very strong above the 200 EMA, got rejected. So we're going to need to close above this level of 392 to basically, you know, go to the moon after that. But as long as we do not close up above this level of 392, or basically the 100 EMA on a 3-day chart, we can possibly, you know, if you think like you're gonna, you know, you got a chance to re-enter right there, just about 220, 230 level, it is going to be a nice entry for the next alt bull market, okay. So at least not a bull market, but alt run up, because all the alt, they cannot pump at the same time. That's what you guys need to remember, right? Because they're sharing the same market. We're not getting new money coming into the market, right? Alt, they just, you know, one alt pump, the other one dump, because they're using the same money, okay. So you got to keep that in mind. So if it doesn't pump right now, you can still you know, accumulate just about like a 230, low 230. Like I said about ADA last year, when ADA was, you know, making the same structure, pump back up to you know, 560, something like that, came back down to like a 480. I was like, accumulate, okay. It is gonna pump all the way up to 1150. So we just hit 1150, and it can still go higher. All right, so now let's take a look at ADA. Let's take a look at seller. Gizmo, call it sell. Celsius. Celsius doesn't have enough history. It is just pumping, so there is nothing I can say about Celsius. It doesn't have enough history. You know, pump. You could say like, let's see. Yeah, it doesn't have enough history. It is just pumping. So wait till it start dumping, at least, you know, so we can get enough basically history. Or if it keeps pumping, it has to move sideways for us to get some, you know, some sort of history. But as of now, looks good. You know, you just don't know if it, you know, if we're gonna get, if like price gonna keep doing something like this or not. So, but at least for the short term, if I bought right around like you know, 1300 sats, would be taking profit right now, because market is not going to go up forever, and you can definitely re-enter just about like this level. But as of now, you got to support just about 2000 level, current price almost like a 4000. So if you're looking to re-enter, it could be a nice level to be entering for another, you know, another swing high up to 50% to 0.618. I think Augur, right? ETP. No, not the ETP. Who's ETP BTC? No, ETP. Metaverse. I always compare. I always confuse get myself comfy with the over and metaverse. So Bittrex, let's check it on Bittrex. I don't like the one on Bittrex. Check it on Hit BTC. Right, so a nice bottom formation, you know. I think it is accumulating, so it is very accumulative. So you could be basically looking for a big move at any given time right now. Volume is increasing, price is not decreasing, so it is telling you like something big is about to happen. So I would be just holding very tight on metaverse within the next few weeks, at least for the short term. Nice bottom formation. Okay, so it could just start making like a high lows, round bottom, high lows, just like this. All right, but as long as we keep this this level of I think just about like a 1050 level, it could be a nice bottom. So now let's take a look at ADA. So ADA BTC is moving kind of slow. I think it pumps last week, just about 11 June resistance. That was my target for basically ADA. Can it pump above it? Absolutely. But what I've been saying is like accumulate ADA just about this area. I've been saying it. I know it took forever, but I don't control time. Okay, I just try to figure out the directional move. It can take sometime 1 month to hit your target. Sometimes it can take forever. Okay, so but the final decision is like we basically pump just about 1140 to 1150, which is pretty good. And we're facing resistance right now. That's a May and June 2019. So if you've basically been following also alt, you got to remember what happened like just about this level. That was like May 13th. It was a very, very important date for alt. ADA, XLM, most alt, they pump like massively, like 35-40%. So they just going back up to resistance. All right, so let's see if like we're going to be able to break it. VChain already broke this level of a June high, right around this area. VChain broke it. I think another coin, Digibyte. Okay, Digibyte already broke it with a 500% pump all the way up to like a April high. So let's see if ADA going to be able to pump above a April high, which is like 1871 to like a 1900 range. All right, that's the next level to watch. So if we break this area of 1150, definitely it is going to be bullish all the way up to 1971. Why 1971? Because I was actively trading ADA when ADA was making last year. When ADA was making this head and shoulder pattern formation, I was like, we're gonna basically pump all the way up to 1971. You can go back to my channel and watch like just about like a late February, my ADA target, stuff like that. We pump 1-to-1 extension, pump to that level. So I'm still watching that level again. So pretty much very familiar with ADA. All right, so let's take a look at XRP USD before I call it a day. If you guys don't have any question, I'm just going to basically cover XRP ADA and XRP USD, not XRP ADA. XRP USD. And I'm gonna cover also a couple of stocks I've been watching recently. Also, I know most of you guys pretty much bullish on Tesla, so you guys thinking like Tesla going to 100K. So okay, so XRP is still on the bigger picture, like a weekly time frame. XRP is still not giving you a chance to turn bullish as of now. I said it in my premium group also. So if you want to join my premium group, make sure to basically join the public Telegram group and send me a message. All right. So 211 EMA for XRP going to be very important, regardless if you're bullish or bearish. It could be a good sign for the bears to basically step in again and basically pump the price, dump the price down. If the bulls going to be going to dominate this level of a 211 EMA, which is like 20 cents, they can definitely give us a nice pump, one-to-one extension, all right, of the previous move. So we can definitely look for this move if and only if we pump above the 21 EMA. I will be bullish, even though XRP BTC, I'm saying like XRP BTC can dump down 50%, right, all the way down to 1,000 sats. However, if we pump above the 21 EMA XRP USD, it is going to be bullish. Okay, we could be definitely retesting like a 30 cents to a 32 cents level. So let's just keep that in mind. All right. So, but overall, I'm bearish, but above 21, weekly 21 EMA, I'm going to be, I'm going to give XRP a nice shot. All right, at least for the short term. All right. IOTA, let's take a look at IOTA. IOTA is one of my top pick for this for the next few basically for the next few weeks, few months, right, all the way up to like October, November. I'm just not gonna worry too much. Nice bottom formation. I was looking for IOTA actually to come back down to like a 2,000, all the way down to like a 1,800 level. It is looking great. Okay, we just got to be able to break this trend line right there. This trend line could be subjective, how you want to draw it, but I think that's good enough. Okay, pretty fair enough. Okay, above 21 day, above the 21 EMA on the weekly, above this trend line, at least for now. Volume was low while we dropping, so I wasn't worried too much. I wasn't even talking about IOTA because some of these alt, my projection is like at least 4 to 6 months, so I'm not going to be worrying too much like if I had to drop 10%, 15% and all that good stuff, because you can see like we drop almost 15%. Let's see, almost like 15%, right, over 15% in 3 weeks, but in 1 week we pump almost like right there 18%. So if you worry about like IOTA dropping, you might be panicking and selling, but you can see volume was very low. Okay, volume was very low, but the good sign is we above the 200 EMA on the weekly, of course above the 200 EMA on the daily, breaking resistance on 3-day chart. IOTA is still a good hold. Okay, if you're in my premium group, IOTA is a good hold at the very bottom, so would not be messing shorting IOTA right now. Okay, so as you can see, I was like only 40% after this drop, was only 40% from the bottom. Most alt right now, they're like 200-300% from the bottom. All right, I mean from the recent bottom of March. So basically ETP USD similarly it is double bottoming. So right around here it is double bottoming. So that's a structure I was just basically showing you. I think I can't remember which coin it is, but it is basically doing the same thing. You got this pump, right? You got this pump, right? You got this reversal pattern, and you got this move. Okay, so we can definitely get this move. So but I would be cautious after we get this pump. It can do this. Okay, so just be cautious with that. So but it's not looking bad. It is a 3-way move pullback in terms of a dollar on versus BTC. It is double bottoming, so it is basically confirming like ETP could be bullish within the next few weeks. All right, so but make sure to do your own research. I'm just giving you like what I see in front of me. All right. Right, let's go back to BTC, and I'm gonna show you what I was talking about regarding BTC, about that pattern. Yeah, the hardest thing is like to be a bear when BTC pump. That's the hardest thing. so kind of like when BTC hit hit the top right there, most people were bullish right there. Most people called for a super cycle, and they called for the super cycle again, and they calling for another super cycle again. They were calling for a super cycle right there, right there, right there, right there, and right there. So 2 minute super cycle. I think it is time to call for the super bear cycle, and that's what I'm calling. Okay, until BTC proves me wrong, I'm calling for a super bear cycle. So let's take a look at on the 15 minute. Yeah, that's the structure I'm showing you right there. Take a look at 30 minutes. It looks like this. Okay, you get this pump, right, and you're gonna get this kind of like a flat correction, but price going to be making these higher higher lows, and then you're gonna get this pump. But afterward, just be cautious. You can be coming back right back down. Okay, so let's see if like we got another one. I think we got another one right there. We got another one right there. We got this pump, we got this flat, right, as you can see, and then we pump right there. But as you can see, like we dump right back. So just be cautious with those type of pattern. It is not something like I'm saying it is going to play 100%, right? But whenever you see it, you might be if you long it, you might start like moving your stop. If you short it, you might be like I can be a little bit confident like we're gonna be dropping, stuff like that. So we've been losing momentum over the last 4 hours. Hourly, basically, hourly MACD about to cross down. It is a bad sign for the for the bears. So let's see if like we're gonna get this cross down. On top of that, break this 21 EMA on the on the hourly basis. Most likely going to be supporting the price. I don't think we're gonna break it easily. That's why we need to watch Ethereum very cautiously. All right, just watch Ethereum. If you see like Ethereum breaking down, that's it. Bits are going to follow. But just watch Ethereum, especially 4 hour to 6 hour time frame. Watch for a very engulfing candle down to like a 235 to 231 level. If like we close this 6 hour candle, going to close in 3 hours. So I don't think we're going to close below 230 within the next 3 hours. That's my personal opinion. We can, but even though I'm bearish, I just don't want to be too bearish and think like if I'm going to close below like a 230 within the next 3 hours. So look for this type of a candle on a 6 hour basis, and it could basically give you a good sign within the next a good sign of that's what I was looking for right there, a resistance 240 to 243. So I don't think we're in a bull market. I mean, confirmation, I wouldn't say like we got to be able to break 14k. If we break 14k, I can give like the bulls a 60% chance to 60 to 70% chance to break like basically a 20k. But as of now, I'm still on the bearish side, and I think we're gonna retest at least 3k or below. All right, and on top of that, you guys leaning on like the 11.7k gap. We also got another gap at 35.70. I talked about it many times, right? We got a gap at 35.70, so we also got a very good chance to go back down there. Yeah, go back down to 35.70 level. So, but it all depends. Okay, it all depends on volatility, because we can wake up to like 11.7, right, and drop down to basically 3500. So let's take a look at on the macro scale again. So on a weekly basis, I think I talked about it in my premium group, right? On the weekly base, on a higher time frame, it doesn't matter weekly or 21-day chart. If you basically draw the line, I can notice, like, you know, we got this move, right? We got this rejection at basically 20K, 14K, and we're still not retesting the trend line yet. Okay, so I'm pretty much aware of it. All right, we can still do this. I was talking about it in my premium group. We can still like go up to like a 10.5 to basically 11K level and retest this trend line. But as of now, we just have to basically favor the horizontal move right there. This move right there, this resistance, that's what I'm favoring as of now. And I talked about this like over 2 months ago when BTC was like 7K, and I was like, we can still go back up to 10.5 and make this flat correction, right, and drop down. So it is not like something we basically you know, just start saying. We projected a possible push to like a 10.5. So can we still pump above 10.5? Absolutely. It is just going to be 500 points above 10.5, right? It is not, it is 5%. So it is not something like you guys can control, right? So if BTC goes 5% above your target, it is not a big deal, okay? It is not a big deal. ERD. So I don't think ERD got a has a last time I checked it, I think it was like 63. Let's see, a 77. Yep. We broke this. I think last time we talked about earlier was like, if we break this level of 53, it could be pumping. Okay, so we broke we broke this area. So so let's see. If you think you missed it, just be cautious, right? It can still come back down and retest, you know, 53 down to 49. Okay, if you think like you're still bullish on it, but you know, no selling pressure on the lower degree as we push into the upside. We have got big selling pressure right there, but bulls basically ignoring it. So you can still get this move and then get this final pump. All right, so. Oh my gosh, so Blink is still moving to the upside. So I've been watching these two stocks, Neo still pumping, and Blink is also pumping, 60% up today. It was like almost just about $7 to not too long ago. But I'm starting to be bullish on Neo. I've been watching Neo over the last it's not Neo coin, okay, it is Neo EV, okay. Electrical vehicle, so electric vehicle, so it is at all-time high, so not time basically to jump in. But if you take a look at it, also we got multiple gaps. You know, we got one at $4 right there. We got another one just about like $8, and I think we even got one just about like a $2 range, okay, $2.60. So not sure if we ever gonna come back down and retest it, but in this market you cannot say never. But I'm starting to be bullish on Neo. Would love to see it like come back down to like a $4, $5 level for a possible long-term hurdle. All right. If you think like you miss Tesla, you're most likely going to like Neo if you basically research it. Not saying it is going to do the same thing as Tesla, right? But at least for the short term, market cap is like roughly around like 10 billion, 11 billion, pretty much very low. You know, if it 10x, it is only going to be like 100 billion. It is not going to be a over the next few years. It's not going to be a big deal for most of these car makers to be like 100 billion. So it could be a nice you know, 10x to you know, 20x move within the next few years. All right, but I'm watching it very, very closely. Yo, you shoot long or short? You do whatever you want, man. I just give you a you know, both side of you know, I give you both a bullish and bearish setup. So the macro triangle, I talked about that macro triangle. I was saying like be careful with the macro triangle, because the triangle could be, within the triangle you get corrective moves. All right, so let's take a look at it again. You're talking about this, I talked about this triangle a long time ago, even before BTC like a drop down to 42. I was like, if you draw this, if you draw a line just by this 3,000 resistance back in like a July 2017, you do this like a, you join the bottom, you're gonna see like 4,200 level was right around this area even before we drop. I talk about this move. All right, so but if you take a look at it, if you just want to make a triangle like this, you're going to be saying like, basically going to be staying in this triangle, right? But however, a doom boy could be doing something else, right? Could be doing something like this. Instead of a triangle, why not, it could be a possible parallel channel, right? Something like this. Okay, it's going to be ugly because you don't know at what price level you're going to get the the second touch, but you could be anticipating a parallel channel. And I talked about this parallel channel a long time ago. Okay, long time ago. Let me just show you really quick. Okay, talk about this parallel channel a long time ago, right? So and I was like, you got to pay attention to like a low 2000 area. Are we going to drop below $3,000 and so and retest like a 2000? We could, all right, but it is not something like I'm going to be waiting. If we drop down to 3K, I'm actually okay, all right, I'm not going to be too bearish after we retest like a 3K area. Everything else could be just accumulative, but I would be paying attention to the parallel channel instead of the basically a triangle, because only the bull is going to be paying attention to the triangle. If you're very, very bullish, you're going to be paying attention to the triangle, right? So because you're saying like basically bits is not going to drop below below 4K. Basically that's what you're saying. Okay, if you draw it like this, you're saying like a bits is not, it is not going to drop below this trend line. It could be anywhere around like from now on and basically 2021. You just don't know how volatility going to be. It could be very slow, and then you're gonna retest it somewhere around like December 2021, right? If it follows this path. I'm not saying it will now, because we can just do this too. So Baba, yeah, I love Baba, but I think it is not performing well so far. We could definitely pump like to a to $300 range, okay, but let's see if like we're gonna be able to pump like above 300. We already broke resistance. Now it is at all-time high, so let's see if the bull is gonna keep up the momentum. But I think it is very, very undervalued compared to the rest of the market. All right, so but a $300 BABA could be coming very, very soon, unless we drop back down and retest like the 170 to it is going to be a steal. If you can buy this like a below 170, it is going to be a big steal within the next for a long-term hodl, right? Market cap is pretty big, 600 billion, so it is pretty big. Dropping down all the way down to even like a 130 could be a 250 billion market cap and give you a better corrective move, okay, for a longer bull market for the next few years. So anything below 200 going to be a steal, but as of now it is still bullish. No sign of reversal. I wouldn't be messing with it right now, okay, trying to short it. Boeing, let's take a look at Boeing. I think BA, right? So let's take a look at Boeing. I mean, it is still moving like the rest of the market. Beautiful flat correction, just like that's BYN. Let's take a look at Boeing. BYN. BA. It is still moving with the rest of the market, but as of now, after a very impulse move to the downside, to me it is just corrective. Okay, it has to prove me right. You just don't know if this correction is done, right? And we're gonna get this move back down, or we're gonna get a wave number 5. Okay, we're gonna get a wave number 5. But as of now, okay, it is almost at all-time, not all-time low, but just about recent low was like 93. Current price 87. It is not bad. Okay, the markets move very fast. You know, most of these companies, they're going to be around for the next 15 to 20 years. They're not going to be they're going to worth a lot. Okay, not like 180. Okay, not like 180. But it is moving kind of slow though, compared to you know, where we started to drop at, just about like 350. The rest of the market already at an all-time high. It is struggling. Okay, it is struggling. So all-time high was like February 2019. We're still like you know, trading like almost over almost 60%. Okay, from all-time high. So, but I'm not a big fan, so I'm not saying to buy or sell, but I think like you know, I could be buying Baba more than could be buying Baba. Alibaba, you know, if it retraces down below $200. Oh man, come on man, 16% link. So link USD. So link, it is still at resistance, man. It is breaking resistance. It is just about I would say, let's see, all-time high was $5. It is just about 7% above our all-time high. So let's see how it is going to be performing within the next few weeks. Okay, but as of now, I said it multiple times, I'm still bearish on link and still looking for this looking for this drop. Okay, come back down right there. I could be wrong. I'm not saying to sell or buy link, but you know, when link was right there, I was saying like it is good time to be buying link, right? So I was like buy link right there also. Okay, no, not right. Last year I was basically trading link right there. It was like 10,000 sats, I think, right? 10,000, 14,000 sats, right? So, and right there I was like buy link. Okay, it is a good time to buy. It pumped right there. I was like good time to sell. Drop down right there. I was actually saying like, you know, stay away from link just about like a $4 level. It is still pumping. Okay, it is still pumping. Yeah, not saying it is, you know, do whatever you want. I'm not giving you any financial advice, but it is hard to be a bear when market is breaking out. So, you know, everybody gonna be like, oh, we're going to the moon, we're gonna 100x. Just be cautious, all right? Just be cautious, because the bears, they're not gonna give you any warning. They're just gonna wake up and then they're gonna start dumping. So, all right. All right, guys, I'm just gonna call it a day. It is almost like an hour of streaming, over an hour. Yep. So similar to basically the British pound, right? As you can see, that's the same structure I was just trying to show you earlier. So I would be cautious also with the pound. As you can see, like we got this you know, this flat right there. It can just give us this move before dropping. So I would be very, very cautious also with the pound. So that's the same structure I've been just trying to show you over the last you know, few minutes and so on. All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching, man. All right.